What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new 2025 Toyota Camry. This one is an XSE finished in underground. MSRP is $40,800. Let's go ahead and see what is powering the all-new Toyota Camry. So if you are unfamiliar, this is only a hybrid now, so there is no more V6. Popping this open, you do have a manual prop rod since the hood is incredibly hot today on a hot summer day. But this is a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder hybrid engine. With front wheel drive configuration, you're looking at 225 net horsepower. You can opt for all-wheel drive, which will bump it to 232. Has 163 pound-feet of torque, an eCVT transmission. Curb weight's also around 3,600 pounds, and running on a 13-gallon fuel tank. You're looking at 48 miles per gallon in the city with 47 out on the highway. Going ahead and closing the hood now. We can pull that back into place. Moving on to the styling, underground looks fantastic on the XSE, especially with the body color grille. That looks so cool, just how it designed, just looks really good. You're also gonna notice the LED headlights, blacked out housing, daytime running light, and then some black trim in the upper grille with openings. Lots of openings down here for more cooling, and then you're gonna see an LED daytime running light with some black trim. You also can see a nice little winglet for this front splitter. It's got a sporty vibe. The new Camry definitely has a cool, fun look to it. I think it looks really good. You got some sharp body lines into the hood as well. And this is kind of like the new Prius, just giving it a more unique design. At the side, we have a set of upgraded 19-inch wheels, really nice multi-spoke look with a more gunmetal gray color. Nice sharp body lines, sharp line throughout the side profile, nice looking side skirt. You have body color, door handles and mirror caps, and then the panoramic roof with the full glass piece. We have all black trim surrounding the windows, and then the side profile is very proportional. It does look pretty similar to the previous generation Camrys. Got a sharp body line cutting into the rear taillights as well. Black on this trunk mounted spoiler, black trim piece cutting through the taillights as well with Camry blacked out. All your badging, and then I like how the rear diffuser is finished in the body color, so it kind of matches the sporty theme that the new Camry has. You also got dual tailpipes out of the one side. So cool looking car, definitely can't complain, especially in this color. Now underneath here we have a button that you can easily press. Manually pops open the trunk. You're gonna see about 15 cubic feet of cargo space with the seats up. So pretty decent amount of space in here. There are pull tabs you can do to unlock the rear seats, and then you're just gonna manually go into them and pull them down. They fold nice and flat, giving you a pretty good opening into the trunk. And then putting them back upwards. 3-seater here with armrests and cup holders in the center. And I love the red interior, so cool looking. It is genuine leather too, which is nice to see. You are gonna notice air vents and plugs in the center, storage as well. On the rear door panel, you get some hard plastics, some red vinyl, a little bit of padding with red stitching. And then hopping into the back seat now. It's a pretty roomy back seat at 5'11". I can easily fit behind my driver's seat. Not too bad. Good amount of light let in, good amount of headroom as well. Backrests are pretty decent, not too bad. A little on the stiff side for the cushioning, but overall, I can't really complain too much. It's pretty decent back here. And then moving on to the driver's seat. Let's go ahead and manually close the trunk. But for the driver, you do get a few more amenities. So you're gonna see the soft touch plastic up here, and then the nice perforated leather throughout the door's insert. More of the red stitching and padding, all your controls, and then power seats. So you can see another look at the smooth leather, perforated leather, making its way all the way up the backrest. So pretty bold interior on this specific 2025 Camry. And then now inside, we can just fire it up. So you don't necessarily hear the engine every time, given it is a hybrid. You're gonna have climate controls, physical dials all in the center, very easy to operate. On the steering wheel, nice black leather wrapped, black leather on the shifter. You have Bluetooth and audio controls on the steering wheel, cruise control as well. And the LCD display, you're able to scroll left and right, see a few different items. And then if you hold down the OK icon, it'll pop up with more controls that you're able to adjust. You can go into each screen as well, kind of adjust how you'd like it to show, which I think is a really nice design. There are paddle shifters for the CVT, so you can kind of control your transmission a little bit. Stalk on the right side for windshield wipers, headlights on the left, and then controls down below. More of the red, and then a soft touch material for the upper dash. Passenger air vent has a cool trim piece to it, these little slats that kind of fade into the screen. I think that's a nice touch, and I love the red on the dashboard fading into that passenger side. So I definitely love red interior, so this one is really, really cool. This screen is what you're going to see on every Toyota, so nothing all too fancy or new here. All your basic information. There are a few things of climate you're able to pop up, some trip information you can see, history, and then going into settings, there's a few things you're able to scroll through. So it's a simple backup camera, just nice view, pretty HD graphics, wide angle as well. And then like we saw, we have all the basic controls under here with heated steering wheel and heated seats. You have your air vents, plugs down below, wireless phone charging, and then a lot of storage all down below that. We have our drive modes as well. You can easily toggle these. It'll play a nice animation with a cool depiction on the screen. Then we have an EV mode for slower driving, some padding for your armrests, contrast red stitching, and then a nice storage area in the center. Glove box, pretty good space. And then one last look at the interior. Nice up to date compared to the previous generation, definitely very sporty. Kind of gives you everything you need, good use of materials, very comfortable. Full panoramic roof with the sunshade, dome light controls, sunshade controls, and you have a thin mirror with garage door buttons. So setting off now in the Camry, giving it a little bit of throttle. The hybrid engine and the 2.5 liter honestly work really well together. This thing has a pretty decent amount of power for being incredibly efficient. I mean, you're talking about 50 mpg, and yet it'll safely get up to speed on the highway, merge with traffic. So I think they've done a good job giving you enough of a real engine underneath to give you that true power, but the hybrid assist makes it incredibly efficient. So really good blend. This interior looks really cool sitting in here, of course, with all the red. I just think that looks awesome. But when you're driving in the Camry, so this has a sport tune suspension. It's a little bit more on the sporty side. You know, if you want a little bit more luxury feeling, the new Hyundai Sonata kind of offers you the more luxury vibe. But this car feels on that sporty edge. You can feel some bumps in the road, but the car feels really solid, and you don't really hear any road noise or wind noise. So it's a pretty comfortable car. I do think these 19-inch wheels are just slightly noisier than the standard ones. So you might hear just a tad more on bumpy roads. When you're on smooth roads, really no big deal. This seating position and all the comfort aspects, I mean, this is a nice place to be. You can get comfortable in this car very easily. And with front-wheel drive, sharp turns like right there, giving it some throttle, you can spin the tires pretty easily. So of course, depending on how aggressive you drive, you might notice that from time to time. However, I do like how the steering input doesn't ever change. It feels very nicely weighted, regardless if you're going faster or slower on the brakes or on the accelerator. So it's a really well done car to where you don't really notice the hybrid, you don't really notice the front-wheel drive. It's just a smooth to drive vehicle. With the CVT transmission, it's honestly smooth power delivery all the way up to whatever speed you desire. So I don't really mind that there's not a real transmission in the car with gears, so it seems like a pretty good way to go. Also, the things you touch in the new Camry are really nice. You know, the real leather everywhere. I mean, it's a nice place, and for, you know, this one's almost fully loaded around 40 grand. Not really too out of the question for your typical buyer, and you can even tone the Camry down for a lower 30 grand. So it seems like a good platform overall. I think it's nice that they have the hybrid as the only option now, because you get a strong motor, honestly, with good power and just really good efficiency. And this is a car you're just gonna be racking up the miles on, and I don't think you'll complain. You'll be pretty comfortable, you know, good view out all around. Headrest in the back, I wish could get out of the way to give you a better view behind you. But other than that though, I mean, it kind of gives you what you need, and it's simple. Toyotas are simple cars that anybody can drive and get comfortable in, and this, with the nice fancier technology, it still is very easy, very normal. I love having simple buttons here. The screen, very user-friendly, not really a million buttons and a million pages. So I think it's a very simple car, but also very nicely up to date, and it drives very solid. You can tell this feels like a pretty quality built car. You know, no real loose ends or anything. It's just a good, comfortable place to be with a lot of practicality as well. And the driving experience is going to give you what you want.